If you own a business in 2022, pay close attention because you need to know the term Web 3.0. Web 3.0 is the third iteration of the World Wide Web. And if you're thinking, I don't have time to listen to futuristic ideas about the internet, cryptocurrency, or NFTs, great, because in this video, I am not going to cover any of that. Instead, I am going to explain what Web 3.0 is and that's how it is changing the way that you connect with your customers and clients, how you promote, market, and advertise your business, and also how it is creating opportunities for you to increase your revenue. Hi y'all, welcome back to The Seasoned Marketer. My name is Vivian, and in this channel we share marketing tips, tools, and tactics to help micro businesses, those with 10 employees or less, grow their business. If that sounds like you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now so that you could get a notification every week when we release a new marketing video. When it comes to Web 3.0, you're in either one of two camps. Either you have never heard of the term Web 3.0 or you've heard of it, but you think it's something that's coming down the pipeline in like 10 years. Before I break down what Web 3.0 is and why it's so important to your business, I want to stress one really important fact. This is not the future. It is real life. It is right here and right now. The sooner that you as a small business owner understand how and why the internet is shifting and how consumers are going to be adapting to that, the better and the easier it's going to be for you to find revenue generating opportunities. Okay, so what is Web 3.0? In true teacher fashion, I'm going to tell you that in order for us to understand what Web 3.0 is, we need to go back and talk about Web 1.0 and Web 2.0. Web 1.0 was the first iteration of the internet from 1990 to 2005. For those of you old enough to remember this time frame, the internet was basically born and in its infancy. It was life-changing to have information published on the World Wide Web, which was accessible to anyone with a computer and internet connection. These pages, though, were what we call static pages, basically read-only, and there was no opportunity for interaction. Web 2.0 was the second iteration of the internet from 2005 to 2022. The internet basically became a teenager and became more social. The internet was a place for connection, and it was thanks to companies like Facebook, Google, YouTube, and Twitter that gave us a space to connect with others, no matter how near or far. Now, outside of just the social aspect, Web 2.0 also changed the way that we shopped and the expectations we had as consumers for personalization. For example, Amazon opened up the channels for online shopping and next day delivery. And Netflix showed us how our preferences could be customized across multiple devices. What we're watching on TV can also be streamed to our iPads and our cell phones. And it comes as no surprise that at the core, technology is what has allowed these companies and platforms to really improve our interactions with them. After all, technology is what has changed and shifted the way that we as consumers use the internet. But what fuels this technology? Data. Our data, the data that they have been and are still collecting for the sake of improving these interactions. And how ironic that just like anything else, Web 2.0's biggest strength, which is data collection, has also become its biggest weakness. So the technology that we're using in Web 2.0 has created what we call a centralized ecosystem. So basically that just means that a handful of companies own all of the data. So think Facebook, Google, Amazon. These companies then have the opportunity to take your data and sell it to whomever they'd like for whatever reason. You have no say in that. At the end of the day, if you want to use Facebook as a Facebook user, you agree to allow Facebook to collect information on you that they in turn profit from, and you get no cut of that. That's just life as we know it. But does it have to be? And that brings us to Web 3.0. The internet is becoming a young adult. It is moving out of the house and it's wanting more freedom. While all of the technology is still being developed and launched, Web 3.0 is very different from Web 2.0 in the sense that it believes in a decentralized ecosystem, which means increased privacy for us as consumers and allowing us to have a say in how the data that is being collected on us is shared and also managed. Essentially, the tech giants like Amazon and Google and Facebook won't be the only ones with control over data. And if you're thinking, that sounds great, Vivian, but show me what that looks like in real life. Well, I have the perfect example for you. Let's go to STEPN.com. STEPN is a token that you can buy, what is called an NFT, and I won't get into explaining all of that in this video, but in this case, it's a virtual sneaker you can buy. This is a Web3 app which pays you to walk. So basically, you buy a virtual sneaker, you download the app on your phone, the app tracks your walking, and you get paid to walk in game currency, which you could use in the game or cash out. Now, here's the thing. If you go to their website, it tells you specifically how they are using your data. Now, here's the really interesting part about Web 3.0 and what makes it a game changer for consumers. At the end of the day, we are essentially going to start asking businesses to give us something of value in return for our data. We know our data is extremely valuable, and as consumers, we have the upper hand in saying, sure, you can use my data for the specified reasons that you're telling me you're going to use it for, if and only if I get something of value in return, whether that be an NFT, cryptocurrency, I don't know, maybe some type of membership benefit. But at the end of the day, we're going to enter into a mutual agreement with businesses who are going to be using our data with permission and in return be giving us something of value back. And remember, y'all, this isn't futuristic stuff. This is stuff that's happening here and now in today's world. And sure, the technology is going to change and evolve, and the consumers are going to get way more comfortable with it, and it's going to grow in popularity. I mean, remember back in Web 1.0, nobody thought that you would be buying stuff online. There just wasn't even an option for online payments. And now it is standard practice for small businesses to offer some type of online payment option. So very similarly, Web 3.0 is going to increase in popularity over time. That may take 10 years, that may take 2 years, you don't know, but you want to be prepared. So that brings us to the really important questions that you probably want answered as a small business owner. There are 3 main areas in which Web 3.0 is going to change the way that you do business. How you connect with potential customers or clients. Hyper-relevant information and experiences. We already see this shift in consumers, but it's going to get progressively worse, y'all. So we already see that consumers want experiences and information to be hyper relevant and tailored to their needs and wants. So for example, when you're watching Netflix, it's a little annoying if the Netflix algorithm doesn't actually match up with your past viewing habits. As a business owner, this means that if you are collecting data on your customers, which you probably are, but you aren't using it to really customize their experience in any type of way, well, those days are going to be short-lived. At some point, you're going to have to start to use the data that you're collecting to match up and to create better experiences for your customers. Shift from product or service centric to building community. One of the key elements that we know is going to make a business successful in Web 3.0 is the shift in mindset from us just pushing out information to potential customers about our products and services to instead building a community around our target audience. And we already see this in the way that we're using social media to attract new potential customers. So in Facebook groups or in Instagram and TikTok, you are building a community and establishing a relationship with a lot of these potential customers long before they ever come to you and purchase one single product or service. And so Web 3.0 is just going to exacerbate that. It's going to force us to build communities around our target audience and to support them long before they may even consider purchasing our product or service. How you advertise and promote your business. Cater to different audience segments. Because Web 3.0 allows for much more customization, and also because we are collecting more data in Web 3.0, you are going to have to know your target audience extremely well as the subgroups within your target audience, so that you can effectively place ads in front of them that will speak to them and attract the right type of customer. Consumable bite-sized content. I know you've got to be tired of hearing about content all the time, but y'all, we are just at the tip of the iceberg with content creation. And so as a small business owner, you have to understand that with a decentralized system in Web 3.0, it means that there is going to be so much more information out there for people to look at and to consume. And you'll need to get in the habit as a small business owner of creating content, not just quickly, but also providing value and making it purposeful to where it will actually start to steer people to your products and services. A change in marketing metrics. Remember that in Web 3.0, we are going to start to shift towards building community around our target audience, which means inherently that the marketing metrics that we are currently using to gauge how successful our marketing initiatives are now, like let's say cost per acquisition or return on investment, are also going to have to be updated and changed. They're going to have to start to include costs for content creation or even incentives. Like in the example from the STEPN app, they have to include the cost of what they're paying out to people to incentivize them to join the community. Creating opportunities to increase your revenue. More opportunities for digital goods and services. The most obvious opportunity for increasing revenue for your business is going to be with digital goods or products and services. Now, depending on what type of industry you're in and also what your current products and services are, this may take some time for you to figure out how that could fit into your business model. So it's not a bad idea for you to start thinking about that now, so that potentially in the future you could offer a digital good product or service. Payment methods. One of the biggest changes with a decentralized ecosystem in Web 3.0 is the fact that you're using different technology. You're using blockchain technology, which allows you to start using stuff like smart contracts. Now, we're not going to get into all of that here in this video because that's nitty-gritty stuff, but let's just chalk it up to say that in the future, payment methods are going to be different. This blockchain technology is going to allow you to be able to execute and manage contracts a lot easier than what it is now. And so eventually, there may be a shift in the payment options that you offer as a small business. And that in turn could help with increasing revenue if in fact it decreases the fees that you're paying for that. Now, no promises here, but that is a potential opportunity. As a small business owner in 2022, I highly encourage you to research Web 3.0 a little more and just kind of understand the technology behind it, because it will change your business in the future. And as I said, we've already started this transition, so it's never too early to just kind of figure this stuff out. Now, if you found this video useful, don't forget that I have a website at www.theseasonedmarketer.com where I have all of my previous videos uploaded and also a few freebies for you to download today. You can also join my weekly mailing list if you want even more marketing news and information on a weekly basis. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next week, same time and place.